And we are live on YouTube. Welcome. My name is Keith Hampton, and I have been a very happy customer of an organization called Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, or what we call the website, BitcoinTAF.com. In fact, I'll just share my screen and show you that website. It has been quite a journey that I have had with this organization. And that's the reason why I'm doing this call. If you're interested in getting honesty and integrity information with honesty and integrity about the cryptocurrency space and how to invest in it, how to be a trader in it, and to learn everything you wanted to know about the cryptocurrency space, this is the place you want to go. So I personally would recommend that you simply come to the website at BitcoinTAF.com and simply sign up, first off, for free and delve into all of the things that these folks have to offer. It is quite a plethora of training and education that they provide. In fact, I'm just going to pop over here. There is just a ton of information and training and education that you can look into and work at your own pace to grow confidence in being involved in this space. It is truly an amazing. In fact, just to show you how valuable this information is. If you were just focusing on, say, Bitcoin, and you wanted to know what's going to happen, you wanted to have a good forecasting model to know when to get in and when to get out and what's happening in the cryptocurrency space, I would highly recommend that you would seriously take a look at this long-term Bitcoin algorithm forecast reports by Marius Landman. Marius has the unique ability to use algorithms to be able to predict the future. He's been doing this for, golly gee, I would think 30 plus years. It started with him utilizing algorithms in the oil and gas industry, where he started being able to predict accidents, near misses in the drilling and completion side of the oil and gas sector. And his algorithms became so accurate that all of his companies, major companies throughout the world, utilize his data and his algorithms to mitigate the dangerous industry that it is, to make it much safer for the employees. He's gone on and he's used these types of algorithms to predict stock markets, to predict major events in the world, like elections. And he's now applying this to the cryptocurrency space. And to show you what I mean, let me show you the value of having his long-term reports. Let me show you the results that he's been getting. So here we have Bitcoin working on monthly candles. And over here, you'll notice that way back in November 2021, he predicted the top Bitcoin high and then a down cycle that would follow. And this is exactly what he predicted. On a macro level, it is incredible the accuracy of his algorithms. He also went on to predict the low at the bottom of the knowledge pattern, which showed up right here. And then since then, he's been predicting that we were going to go up and then go into a Jaffa gate. And then from there, we're going to jump into a quick Zion gate. You notice it was very quick. And then we jumped into what they called a dung gate, which was a very long and drawn out gate, downward pattern. So you notice here, all of these were predicted over 2 years ago and have played out 100%. That's the amazing ability. Today, we're in this current Damascus gate, and it's quite an unusual gate. And he predicted this, that it was going to be a very trying time because we're at a tentative top, and everybody wants to know where are we going next? Well, that's a good question. I would say that there's a lot of forecasters out there that are making, certain statements that this market is going to go up or go sideways or go down. So the question is, which one is correct? Are we going to be turning from here and heading up? Are we going to be going, more bumpy sideways like you're seeing here? Or are we actually, got a major top and we're heading down? That's the million-dollar question. And I can tell you that if you subscribe to Marius's reports, you will know exactly what's going to happen in the future. And that's the key. Not only will you know what's going to happen with Bitcoin, but if you also subscribe to the Elliott Wave reports, you'll know what's going to happen in the altcoins as well. So a lot of us who are in this space are invested in the altcoins, and this has been a very trying time because the altcoins have not performed like Bitcoin, and everybody's scratching their heads because, well, hey, in the past, the altcoins kind of, mirrored the Bitcoin, but that's not been the case over the last year or two. So these altcoin reports, these Elliott Wave reports, are crucial to know where you're at and where you're going so that you don't give up hope. Now, what's interesting is because we have the turn of the year, Marius is offering a introductory package whereby if you subscribe to the long-term reports for Bitcoin, you will also get the Elliott Wave reports for free. So you can get all of this information to try it out over the next 3 months to find out if it's right for you. That's an incredible opportunity that I would highly recommend that you take advantage of. So remember, for $300, you can get all of the altcoin reports as well as the long-term Bitcoin reports. And just as we go forward today, I wanted to show you about another little tool that you also can seriously step into. There's so much information here of training and education that you'll quickly understand and see once you get involved with this, that the power of education is the key. And all of these courses are the best in the world, in my opinion. I've taken other training courses in trading, and I got to tell you, I've paid far in excess these kinds of fees and got 1/3 the value out of it. It's very frustrating because you're investing in your future. So I like to look at this as a way for you to grow and become successful in the investment world of cryptocurrencies. In fact, once you've taken some of these courses, you could advance these into the stock market or into Forex market and commodities markets as well. That's how good the information is here. So anyway, getting back to a tool that you also can try out to show you how accurate it is. I'm going to show you this little tool you can try out. It's only $31 a month, but you can try it out for free for 7 days. And it is an incredible tool. And I'm just going to show you just how valuable this tool is. You see, here we have a chart of a coin called Monero, and these are on 8-hour candles. Now, wouldn't it be nice to know when to get in at a bottom and when to get out at a top? Well, that's in fact what you have here with the HODL Fire indicator. Let me just turn it on and show you how this works. So this indicator gives you pivot tops, pivot bottoms, and buy and sell tags. Along with, we also coded in the 200 moving average as well, because whenever a coin is trading above the 200 moving average, your odds of success go up. Nothing is guaranteed in the world of trading, but you want to have indicators to give you good guidelines. So how I utilize this tool is really straightforward. I simply look for on longer time frames. I'm a very patient long-term investor, and you can use this for shorter term trading as well. But I like to use it on longer term. So we have a pivot bottom, and I wait until we get a buy tag, which is what we've gotten right here. And when that happens, that's when I enter the marketplace. So what I would do is I would enter that trade at this point, right here after I've gotten that buy tag. So somewhere in this zone, I probably would have entered. Now, I always like to protect my capital. So immediately what I do is I set a stop loss down in the range close to this pivot bottom, because this could be a temporary pivot. Pivots only get confirmed after a certain length of time. And I'll show you that further on in this report. But this way, I'm not risking all of my capital on this trade. So let's say about $100 on this trade, I would only be risking about 5% of it. So in other words, about $100, I'd be risking $5. Now, as this goes forward, what I would do is simply watch as this plays out. And as it starts to climb upward, I would move my stop loss up to break even. And that way, I now have a risk-free trade. So if it comes back down, I get out, and it doesn't even cost me the $5 if you're using a simple number. If you're, If you're using $1,000, you're talking $50, if and so forth. Now, as this coin keeps moving, I slowly adjust my stop loss into stop profit. And I just keep moving it and gradually over time, I'm looking for a pivot top. And when I see that, that's when I exit. And I would have exited probably somewhere in this range. And in this case, I would have done this trade and risked 5% and gained about 20%. So that shows you the power of this tool. Now, let me show you what's happening. Every once in a while with the crypto market, you get big runs where you would have gotten a buy tag on a pivot bottom. You would have gotten in approximately here. You would have set your stop loss again, right about here. And then this thing would have taken off. So in this situation, you would have gotten a very big run. So again, your risk would have been, this case, about 5% again. And as the coin started to move up, especially when you start seeing this happening, I would have moved it up to break even. And then I would have started riding this all the way up. And lo and behold, look what happened. This thing went on a real tear, and I would have gotten out approximately about here. And in this case, a 5% risk turned into an incredible 60% profit. That's the power of utilizing this HODL tool. So this is just a taste of all the education and training that you can have to make your trades much more successful. Now, I mentioned earlier that when you get at the front of a market, you get a pivot bottom or pivot top. You'll notice that it's in blue and not black. That simply means that this is unconfirmed pivot bottom. It could go away. It could be a false bottom. So in this case, looking at the candles, because I've been trained working with this for a number of years, I would be waiting for another buy tag up in this zone. This one here with that long wick, I would go, no, I'd want to see more confluence. And so I would wait. But that's the training that we get in this. In the end of the day, you can see how profitable this little indicator is. So that's why I'd like to recommend that you seriously take a look at all the products that we have to offer. If you like more training, we have a self-paced foundational trading course to get you started. To me, it's like going from junior high and graduating from high school. You'll really get a much better foundation on your trading. And then ultimately, where it's made a tremendous difference in my life is I've taken the ultimate trading course. This course is the best in the world. By bar none. I can tell you that once you've completed this course, you could become your own analyst. That's how good that course is. So you can compete with the pros at their own game. So along with that, we're also now doing training and education in the decentralized finance market as well. So that's another area of expertise. So you can grow with this company as far as you want to go. So you can start off very simply with these long-term investment reports. You can start learning how to use the HODL indicator bot and training, and then you can sign up for these long-term courses. You also can follow the masters, follow the traders themselves with this day trade signals. Again, it depends on your risk and reward and your style of education and where you want to go. So with that, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and hopefully we will see you signed up and on the other side. So with that, thank you so much, and we will talk to you another day. Take care. Bye for now.